This is Jarrod Horak, and my Horse of the Day video series at Del Mar continues. Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. I'm going to do the Grade 3 Red Carpet Stakes in this video. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And this is the 7th race in my series. Now, Del Mar's fall meet is running 13 days. They began November 10th. They're running through December 3rd. And through my first 6 videos, after the first week, they ran 3 days, and I went 0 for 3 with my top choices with a runner-up finish. But then week 2, I bounced back and had a very good week. 2 wins with my top choices and with a runner-up finish. So through 6 races, my top choices have a couple wins and a couple runner-up finishes. And now we want to show a flat bet profit at the end of this 13 race video series. So hopefully we'll continue that momentum from week 2 into week 3 now. And if you're interested in checking out my full card analysis at Del Mar, you will find those full cards on my personal website at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page each day that Del Mar runs. And you can also find my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. And speaking of todaysracingdigest.com, if you head on over to their website in the news section, you will find handicapping articles at Del Mar that I have been writing all meet long. So go on over and check out my handicapping articles at todaysracingdigest.com. You can get my full cards there. And if you want the complete digest for Del Mar, in that complete digest, you get analysis, wagering strategies, you get past performances and speed and pace ratings and much more. And they've been covering Southern California racing at Today's Racing Digest since 1970. They have a lot of experience in California, and if you want that complete digest, go over to their website to learn more about it. And now we're going to go and do the analysis of this video. And I'm going to be doing the 6th race at Del Mar, Thanksgiving Thursday, November 23rd, the Grade 3 $100,000 Red Carpet Stakes. This is for fillies and mares traveling 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf course, and the scheduled post time is 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's pull up the field now, and we're going to look at the trainers, the jockeys, and the Today's Racing Digest final time ratings. And when we get to the past performances in this video, they will be provided by todaysracingdigest.com. Oakhurst is going to break from the inside post. Trainer Phil D'Amato with Hector Barrios aboard. And this one will probably save all the ground from that inside post. Linda's Gift could end up trying to steal this one on the front end. It's a race that doesn't have a lot of pace. Richard Mandela is the trainer, and Tiago Pereira will ride. Musical Rhapsody, another Phil D'Amato trainee with Mike Smith aboard. Graham Motion has Sister Otoole with Antonio Frisu, the pilot. With Love is the 3rd Phil D'Amato trainee. Ricky Gonzalez is aboard here. Neige Blanche. This one, Leonard Powell's the trainer, and Diego Herrera will ride. Loved Reiko, moving to the Mark Glatt barn for the first time with Umberto Rispoli. And then Symphony Perfect for trainer Michael McCarthy with Juan Hernandez aboard. And looking at those Today's Racing Digest final time ratings, a 1:37 for Oakhurst. Definitely makes that one a contender in here. Loved Reiko got a 1:35 final time rating in her last start. That makes her a threat in here. Sister Otoole with a 1:38 at Del Mar a few starts back. She does like this Del Mar course, and if she can run back to that number, certainly a contender. Neige Blanche is one that has had a lot of success at this distance. She's had a 1:32 final time rating, so she's one that can get in the mix as well. So now we'll go through the field, and then I'll give out my top choice. Oakhurst from that inside post was 5th and 4th in her last 2 starts at 1 mile and 1 mile and 1/8. Now she is 1 for 2 at Del Mar, and this is going to be her longest test. She's going to come from off the pace, saving all the ground. Now Juan Hernandez has been riding, but he jumps over to another runner in here. Hector Barrios, a fine turf rider, does get aboard, and he did ride her in the Grade 1 American Oaks, December of 2022. She was 4th, beaten a length that day. Her most recent victory was at Del Mar in July at 1 mile and 1/8 against Optional Claiming Company, and she went last to first. Linda's Gift should be all over the pace in here. She's 2 for 10 overall with 2 seconds and 2/3, and she's 1 for 3 at Del Mar. And that victory at Del Mar was an Optional Claiming 40, one other than in August, and she wired the field that day. She was 2nd in her next Optional Claiming start at 1 mile at Santa Anita, and then in her last start, a restricted stakes race at Del Mar at 1 mile, the Catherine Crosby. That was on November 11th at this fall meet. And that day, she just raced evenly and finished 4th, beating a little more than a length. Dolce Zell won that one. Your one there was 2nd, and the debt was 3rd. So Linda's Gift should could be loose on the lead in here. And Musical Rhapsody is next for trainer Phil D'Amato. 3 for 12 lifetime, no seconds and no thirds, and she's 0 for 2 at Del Mar. Mike Smith is aboard. She shipped from Ireland, where she won back-to-back races February 1st and May 19th. And then she hasn't had much success in this country. Mile and 3/8 at Del Mar, optional claiming race on July 27th. She was 6th in an 8-horse field. She did have a troubled trip in the early going that day. And then she ran into traffic problems last time out at a mile and a 16th, a race that Linda's Gift won. That was and that was on August 26th. So if she can get some clear sailing at this longer distance, maybe she can do something. But I still have to see her do something in this country before backing her. Sister Otoole for trainer Graham Motion. She's 2 for 3 at Del Mar, and she's 2 for 7 at this distance. Now, she won the CTT and TOC stakes at Del Mar at a mile and 3/8 August of 2022. And then she won that race in 2023 as well. So she's one that certainly does well at a mile and 3/8 at Del Mar. And in her last start, the Grade 3 Weah Stakes, McCulloch won that one, and she ended up finishing a clear third in a 4-horse field. I think she's going to get, with more horses in here, you would hope that maybe she could get a little more pace help. That was on yielding turf as well, 51 and 2, 117 the fractions. That was tough to decipher with that ground, but she'll get firm ground again, and we know she can close on firm ground at Del Mar, and look for her in the late going with Love for trainer Phil D'Amato. This one is 1 for 11, so she's eligible for an entry-level allowance race, and she's 0 for 2 at Del Mar with a runner-up finish, and actually she finished second in her last 2 starts. At Del Mar on September 3rd, she ran at a mile and a 16th, optional claiming 80, one other than, and she rallied from the back of the pack 14 lanes back to finish second. And then in her last start at Santa Anita at 1 mile, she rallied to finish second there. And now she's going to step up and face tougher company at a longer distance. Neige Blanche has had a lot of success at this distance, 5 starts with 3 wins and a 3rd place finish. And she's 2 for 6 at Del Mar. She's 10 for 25 overall. So she's funny that she's 10 for 25, but no 2nd place finishes, and then 5 3rd place finishes. So she just doesn't run second. She'll win, she'll run 3rd, or she'll be off the board. In her last start in the Rodeo Drive, she was 5th, beaten 3 lengths. And then in the John Mabie, she was 5th, beaten 4 lengths. The CTT and TOC stakes against Sister Otoole, she was an even 3rd there. She did win the Possibly Perfect earlier this year, Santa Anita at a mile and a quarter. And then last year, she had some good success. She did win that Possibly Perfect, and she won the Grade 3 Santa Barbara as well as the Grade 3 Astra Stakes. So she did well in 2022, and she's just 1 for 4 this year. But she's capable on her best day of threatening this group. Loved Reiko with Umberto Rispoli moving to the Mark Glatt barn. This is a Tappet filly, and she has tried this distance once, but she's tried longer distances as well. So I'm not concerned at all about this distance for her. She did well in her last 3 starts when she was in the Rusty Arnold barn. She was 2nd at a mile and 5/16 at Kentucky Downs on September 10th in an entry-level allowance race. Churchill Downs at a mile and a half. She won an entry-level allowance race there, rallying from 12 lanes back. And then in her last start, the Grade 3 Dowager at a mile and a half at Keeneland, and she rallied to finish 3rd in that race, and she was 19 to 1. So she seems to fit with these. If you look at her speed ratings, I mentioned her speed rating from the Dowager last time, puts her in the mix against this group. Just don't know how much pace she's going to get to chase. Symphony Perfect rounds out the field for trainer Mike McCarthy. She's only 3 for 23 overall. 4 seconds and 2/3. She's 0 for 2 at Del Mar and 0 for 1 at this distance. She was 6th, beaten 5 lengths in the Grade 2 Rodeo Drive. The CTT and TOC stakes, Sister Otoole 1st, Neige Blanche was 3rd, and she was 5th there, but she did run into some traffic trouble. And she's reconnecting with her winning rider, Juan Hernandez. So look for Symphony Perfect if she can get enough pace help to try to come running in the stretch. So that's going to be the key here, because this is definitely looking like a slow early, fast late event, and it does look like Linda's Gift is the one to catch in here, and I wouldn't be shocked if she went wire to wire. Sister Otoole, certainly one to look at in the late going. Neige Blanche on her best day, as I said, she fits with these, but I'm going to go as my horse of the day for Thanksgiving Day in this red carpet. I'm going with Loved Reiko. The horse shipping in excellent form. Hopefully, she gets at least a little bit of pace help in here. And Umberto Rispoli, an excellent judge of pace, and he's a 20% turf rider. I think maybe he will try to make an early move, kind of like she did at Churchill Downs on October 1st. And in that race, she was 12 lengths back the first call, but then in the second call, she was only 2 lengths back, and then she was in front at the 6 furlong mark with 6 furlongs to go, and she just maintained that 2-length lead. So that's the kind of race that I think, and Rispoli is a perfect pilot for that, where he'll make that early move when he knows the pace is slow. And I can see him watching the tapes of Loved Reiko and watching that Churchill Downs race, and he's probably thinking, maybe I'm going to try to ride her that way, where I'll sit back a little bit early, and as the pace really fails to develop, he'll make that early move, and maybe she can get the job done in here. So I'll go with Loved Reiko as my top choice in the Grade 3 red carpet on Thanksgiving Day. Again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Keep checking my YouTube channel for these Horse of the Day videos at Del Mar for their entire fall meet. Plus, I do Oaks on the road to the 2024 and 2024 Oaks and Derby video series. I have videos from Churchill Downs this week. I did the Clark handicap as well. I'm going to be doing all those videos this week, and keep checking my YouTube channel for all of that action for Thanksgiving week. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.